Welcome back to another Love Island recap, everyone. I'm so excited to let you guys know that this recap is brought to you by Rocket Money. One of my biggest money mistakes that I've made recently is my current apartment. I regret it every single day. It's so expensive and I hate myself every day. Every morning I wake up and I'm like, oh my God, I can't wait until my lease is over. But until then, I have to pay extra close attention to my budget, and I do that with Rocket Money. Rocket Money is an easy-to-use app that helps you save more and manage your money better. It's helped its members save up to $740 a year when using all of the app's premium features, and they've also helped members save over $500 million in canceled subscriptions. Rocket Money will automatically scan your bills to find savings, and with just a few taps, they will negotiate your bills for you, which is my favorite part because I hate talking on the phone. They have many more features to help you save more and spend less, so take control of your finances today. Go to rocketmoney.com/mythoughts to get started for free. And thank you, Rocket Money, for sponsoring today's recap. Now, let's get into it. Just a quick reminder, we're talking about Love Island USA Season 7, episodes 19 and 20. And boy, did it take me for a ride. I still have whiplash from the last episode. We have a lot to get through, so let's start with episode 19. Now, this is right after Hannah and Jeremiah were dumped, and if you're one of the many people who were hoping that they'd show up at CASA AMOR, well, I have some very bad news because they don't. No, we don't want to do that, no. Yeah, I was really sad. I was really hoping that they'd surprise us and show up, but they don't, so I guess it is what it is. So after the dumping, Amaya tells the girls that she's so sad about Hannah leaving, but she's grateful to still be there. And we learn why. The girls decided to dump Hannah, and it made absolutely no forking sense. And Sierra totally lost me here. She says, well, I hope she knows how lucky she is that she found two amazing connections. What?
I think she should feel really lucky that she had the chance to feel two really amazing, awesome connections with two awesome guys.
So you broke up her current amazing connection?
Make it make sense.
Then Shelly and Ace are talking, and Ace asks her, why did you guys choose Hannah instead of Amaya? We thought you were going to choose Amaya. Obviously, Amaya should have gone home. Ace makes it very clear that he wanted Amaya to go home. And Shelly lost me here as well, because she said Hannah didn't really explore while Amaya and Iris have.
We felt like with Hannah, even though her and Pepe had a stronger connection, it was almost as if it was like an instant thing. They haven't really explored.
What? Why the hell would Hannah explore when she has something really good going on with Pepe? This mindset is driving me fucking insane. Who put that idea into everyone's heads that every single person has to explore every single connection? That was never the point of Love Island.
Thanks a lot, Ace.
Also, if we're really going to talk about exploring all your possibilities, Taylor and Olandria haven't really explored anything with anyone else. I mean, Olandria had chats with Jalen, but that's because he chose her, and I don't consider having chats, asking questions, having some short conversations, exploring. You know what I mean? Let's be real, this is a popularity contest. If you are not in their friend group, like if you are not best friends with them, then you're getting the boot. At this point, all the girls, except for Amaya and Andrina, are pissing me off. Ace looks super annoyed that Amaya wasn't sent home, and as much as I love Amaya, I love her so much, I think Hannah should have stayed over her. Pepe tells the guys that he's very upset that Hannah went home, and Nick goes, well, you know what, buddy, don't dwell on the past. I know y'all had a very good connection, but there's so many more connections that you can still explore. And he's like, yeah, but I was very happy with Hannah, and I'm not just gonna force another connection just to make a connection, you know?
Every negative feeling you can have all went rushing through my body when I heard Shelly say Hannah. She brought out a side of me that doesn't ever get brought out. It takes a very special and specific person to do that.
Honestly, I was pretty surprised how much this affected him because it kind of made it seem like he wasn't that into her. Like they had something good, but like he was just kind of with her until something better came along, because he did give me a little few red flags here and there with some of the questions that he would ask her. Like, what if I don't like you anymore? Or like, there's a million things that we don't like about each other, and just little things like that. But maybe I read too much into it and it's not really a red flag. But When I heard Hannah in her interview at that podcast, I think it was Chicks in the Office, she said a lot of their relationship was not shown. And she and Pepe talked a lot about what they were going to do after the show and outside the villa, whereas she and Charlie never went there. I guess when she wanted to talk about their relationship, like how they're going to continue their relationship outside of the villa, he didn't want to talk about it. But Pepe wanted to start planning and stuff like that. So that was one of the bigger differences. And she said that when Charlie left and she was so distraught, remember? She was so heartbroken. You guys, she's a lover girl, okay? We can't blame her for having very strong emotions. But she was distraught, and Pepe did whatever he could to try to make her feel better. The next morning, he made her like 3 different kinds of breakfasts, and he tried to make her laugh, and like he was just really there for her. So I do wish we kind of saw more of that, but oh well, Pepe does find a Hannah lookalike at Casa Amor, so it's like she never left. So TJ asks the rest of the guys what led them to dump Jeremiah, and Taylor goes, "'Cause, you know, he was just making the same mistakes and he was clearly the problem. America thought he was a problem." No.
A snitch is someone minding other folks' business. A rat is a traitor.
Sierra and Nick have a chat, and Nick says he was so shocked that the girls chose Hannah. And again, Sierra loses me because she's like, well, you know, the other girls put more of an effort. What? I can't with this stupid narrative. Like, I literally can't do this anymore. Like, it's pissing me off all over again. You know what I think happened? Okay, I'm going to share what I think. Okay, this is just my opinion. I'm not saying it's true. I'm not saying it's false. I don't know. This is just my opinion. I think Hannah and Jeremiah spent most of their free time with their partner, like their romantic partner. I think they didn't make their friendships a priority, like the main friend group. And so as a result, they just didn't become super, super, super tight with them. And therefore, they got kicked out. Because when Hannah got dumped, no one cried except for Amaya. The girls really didn't seem to care. They didn't even pretend to care. They didn't even pretend to be sad, except for Olandria when she was like, oh, you know, you're such a light in the house, blah, blah, blah. But okay, sorry, have a safe flight, bye. Whereas when Olandria was dumped in episode 20, holy cow, the girls were sobbing. Huda fell to the floor. She was screaming. Everyone was a wreck. And that's when I realized, oh, they probably dumped Hannah because she just wasn't in the main core friend group. What do you guys think? And we already know why Jeremiah got dumped. Alvin and the Chipmunks were jealous. He got all the girls that they wanted a chance with. And Ace put a target on his back since day 1. And you guys, I totally forgot. At the very beginning, I think it was like day 1 or day 2, they did the blindfold kissing challenge where everyone was blindfolded and each person took a turn voluntarily kissing someone that they didn't get a chance to. And Ace voluntarily kissed Huda, and he didn't tell anybody, including Jeremiah. He didn't tell him. Okay, back to Nick and Sierra. Nick tells her, why were you acting so off the other night? And she goes, it's because you said that you wanted to still explore other relationships. So I felt like I should start creating some distance so that we become open and I can also protect my feelings. Wait a damn minute. I thought you guys wanted everybody to explore everyone. So why is it a problem now, Sierra? Why can't Nick explore? I mean, she's not preventing him from exploring, but like, you know what I mean? They chose to dump Hannah for not exploring because she was happy in her relationship with Pepe, but then she gets sad when Nick wants to explore. Anyway, Nick says, oh, that's not what I meant. Like, I just want you to know I'm really invested in us. I'm invested in you and me. I see a future outside of this and I want to focus on us. So Sierra lights up. She's like, oh my God, me too, you know. And they hug and kiss and they're all happy. Great. Can't wait until that all goes to shit at Casa Amor.
I see a future for this, and I feel like it's on the way to not being open. I just want to keep like working on things with you and like building this.
Ooh, y'all, I'm still pissed about Jeremiah's dumping. And I didn't even like Jeremiah. I didn't dislike him, but I didn't like him. I wasn't a Jeremiah fan, but Ace and his minions turned me into one. So hashtag justice for Jeremiah. It's bedtime. Everybody's getting ready for bed. Amaya Papaya is all alone in the beauty room. She's crying. Oh, my heart just hurts for her. I never said I was perfect. I never said I didn't have any flaws. By the way, I do potato skits on Instagram and TikTok at Potato Recap, so you guys can follow me there, and I'll include the most recent one that I made of Amaya.
I never said I was perfect. I never said I didn't have any flaws. But at least I'm pretty. And at least I'm a little funny. And at least I'm my own best friend.
Ace tells Pepe that Hannah shouldn't have been dumped. It should have been Amaya. And then he talks to Austin and he goes, have you told Amaya about how you really feel? And she's like, no, not yet. I just don't know how to deliver the news. You know, I don't want to break her heart. So, okay. Everyone goes to sleep except for Pepe. He's up, he's tossing and turning, thinking about Hannah. It's a brand new morning. They get a text saying that there's going to be a kissing competition. So this is how the kissing competition goes. All the boys are lined up. They're each on a harp platform and they have to wear blindfolds with headphones that are blasting music in their ears, and they just have to wait.
The boys will be wearing blindfolds and noise-cancelling headphones and then rating who they think is the best kisser.
So the boys are waiting. They can't see anything. They can't hear anything except for the music. And Ariana walks in very quietly, looking amazing per usual. And the girls notice her and they're like, oh no, what's going to happen now? Because usually when Ariana comes, she makes an announcement like there's a recoupling or someone's getting eliminated, or it's usually bad news. She holds up a bunch of signs to the girls and it says, shh, don't worry, this isn't a dumping, but it is a start of something new. It's time to explore new connections and it's time for Casa Amor. And the girls silently scream. They're so excited. Now, if you don't know what Casa Amor is, it's basically when the girls and the guys go in separate houses for a week and meet a bunch of new people. And at the end of Casa Amor, they have to decide if they want to recouple with their new connection or stay in their original connection. So the girls run off with their suitcases and the guys still have no idea because they're still in blindfolds with headphones. After the OG girls leave, there are 5 new girls that walk into the villa. Oh, and I forgot to mention the Casa girls and boys, meaning the new girls and boys, know who all these islanders are because they usually watch the show and they're prepped and they kind of know about their relationship history before they're released into Casa. So here are the Casa girls: Grayson, 25, Clark, 24, Coco, 24, Jaden, 25, and Vanna, 21. And I know, everybody's talking about her and her face. I don't want to add on to it. Everyone's talking about it. Everyone's making fun of it. They're having, like, there's some horrible memes out there. And I think that's why they had like the no bullying, no harassment, no cyberbullying message, because the fans are going a little crazy. So that's all I'm going to say about that. All right, so all the new girls are there. The boys still don't know what's going on. So what's going to happen is each Casa girl is going to go down the line of boys and kiss each one. And after she's done, the guys are going to give her a rating, and then the next Casa goes, then they rate, and then so on and so forth. Some of the kisses were so bad and so awkward. I'm looking at you, TJ.
It was a little short, and I felt like we were kind of off rhythm a little bit. I'd probably give it like a 7.
Here are some notes that I took. Nick grabbed all of the girls' asses. TJ didn't like any of the kisses, and I kind of think that it's because none of the girls wanted to kiss TJ, but yeah. Pepe liked all of the kisses. He rated them all a 10. And when Coco went, oh my God, I was turned on. She was so confident and she was so sexy and so hot. Oh my, I got chills.
That shit was fire. 9.6. Damn.
After the challenge is complete, the guys' blindfolds come off and they are shook. They're like, whoa. Every single girl is new. Who are they? And they're very happy. They're very excited. They are. Then Ariana tells everyone that this year's Casa Amor is going to be different than any Casa Amor that we've ever had because every single islander is considered single during Casa Amor.
You all are officially single islanders again. You'll be in a new couple for the entire time the girls are in Casa Amor.
And honestly, it's not really going to be hard because there were no actual couples except for Nick and Sierra, I guess. But another difference is every single person is going to join the villa by the end of Casa Week. Remember I mentioned earlier that each islander has to decide if they're going to recouple with a Casa person or stay in their original couple. And that is a whole entire episode, which is so juicy and dramatic, but they're taking it away now. And initially, I was like, okay, now what? That's like one of the best parts of Love Island. We all watch the connections and the relationships build for Casa Amor, and they're taking away the recoupling. Like, I was so confused and I was bummed. But then at the same time, I kind of understood why they were doing it because there are no couples. They sent the couples home. They broke them up. So at this point, I was like, what the hell is the point of this? Like, I don't even know anymore. But don't worry, episode 20 gets crazy. So each girl is instructed to stand next to the islander that they want to couple up with. Grayson stands next to Pepe, so they're a couple, and I thought it was really funny because she looks just like Hannah. Vanna stands next to Ace, but I don't think she's his type. Jaden stands next to Austin. Taylor has 2 girls. I repeat, Taylor has 2 girls. Coco and Clark. So now he has to choose one and he chooses Coco. Unfortunately, nobody chose Nick and TJ, so Clark has to choose one of the 2 and she chooses Nick, but oh my god, she pretends to walk up to TJ and then she swerves and goes to Nick. TJ is now single, wah wah. So if he doesn't find a connection with one of the Casa girls, he's gonna be at risk of getting dumped from the island. Damn, that is savage. Then all the new couples separate to talk and get to know each other. Pepe's very happy with Grayson. He loves her long legs, her blonde hair, her cute little nose, and her pretty smile. Ace thinks Vanna's a nice girl, but he misses Shelly. Nick says Clark isn't his usual type. He's really looking for someone who has a little goof, a little quirk to them, but he's open to getting to know her. Jaden and Austin seem to have good vibes. They seem to like each other. I want to talk about Taylor and Coco because it is so crazy to see Taylor be interested in someone because he acts so different. He has given Coco way more attention than he's ever given Olandria this entire season. I was like, whoa. So he is capable of flirting. He is capable of complimenting someone. He is capable of giving someone eye contact and showing interest. Wow, this is new. Like, we've never seen Taylor like this.
What's her last name?
It's Watson.
Watson?
Yeah. What's yours?
William.
Okay.
Coco Williams sound kind of good, don't it?
Okay, it do. That's cute as fuck.
Now on to Casa Amor. Here are the Casa guys. Elan, 24, Brian, 28, Zach with a K, 29, Zach with a C, 26, JD, 23, Chris, 27. Now, I just want to know, JD and Chris are the tallest guys. They're 6'6" and 6'8". Ariana joins Casa and she announces that the girls are now considered single and they will be in new couples during this week. And at first I didn't understand the significance of this. I was like, it doesn't really change anything. Okay, they're in a new quote couple, but that doesn't really change anything, you know? But then we find out why, okay? So anyway, they're gonna play a game and the game doesn't matter. It's so stupid. Basically, okay, each girl has to pick 2 boys to kiss. So Amaya kisses Chris and Zach with a K. Huda kisses Elan and Brian. Sierra kisses Brian and Elan. Olandria kisses Elan and Chris. Shelly kisses Zach with a C and Chris. Iris kisses Zach with a C and Chris. Andrina kisses Zach with a C and Brian. So now it's time to couple up. The Casa guys have to stand next to the girl they want to couple up with. And you guys, I'm so sad. Like, my heart broke because nobody stood next to Amaya or Olandria. JD stood next to Huda. Elan stood next to Sierra, and this is where I noticed, wow, he kind of looks like a different version of Nick. Zach with a K and Chris stood next to Shelly, and then she chose Chris. Zach with a C stood next to Iris, and Brian stood next to Andrina, and now Zach with a K had to choose between Amaya and Olandria, and remember, Zach with a K kissed Amaya earlier during the balloon challenge, getting to know everybody, and I thought he would pick Amaya because they shared a kiss, but he chose Olandria. Oh, so Amaya is single again! You guys, that girl cannot catch a break. And then she's told because she's single, she has 24 hours to make a connection or she'll be at risk of getting dumped from the island. And Ariana said that with so much love. Like, I could feel Ariana's love for Amaya when she was saying that, and I appreciated that, but damn, I felt so bad for her.
Okay, Amaya, none of these new boys stood on your heart. How are you feeling?
It's okay.
There's still so many chats to be had, so don't worry.
Can you imagine being treated like shit by Ace, of all people? Then your next partner, Austin, talks shit about you behind your back, and then you go to Casa Amor with 5 new guys that you think you have a chance with, and nobody chooses you, and then you're told that you might get dumped from the villa. Fun fact, by the way, Shelly is coupled up with the tallest guy there, so I cannot wait until Ace and Chris have to stand next to each other because that is gonna look so damn funny. Okay, Chris is 6'8", and Ace is about 4'8". TJ has to get grafting, so he pulls Vanna for a chat, and she's the youngest girl there, 21. And he's like, damn, you're a baby. Yeah, I know I'm young, but I like to listen to like really old music, like Justin Timberlake. And he's like, oh my God, yeah. Damn, Justin Timberlake is considered old music. Olandria and Zach K have a chat. She mentions how much she misses Taylor. She misses him so much, but I don't know if Olandria can see that Zach K has given her way more interest in terms of conversation than Taylor ever has. Whenever Taylor and Olandria talk, it is so boring. It is like pulling teeth. Olandria is the one constantly driving the conversation, doing the work, putting in the effort, and Taylor doesn't give anything. But in this case, Zach is also doing the work. They're bouncing off of each other. He's interested in her. He's engaging. He's making eye contact. He's asking her a bunch of questions. It was really nice to see.
So my mom, she's a single mother of 3. So like, obviously with me, that's crazy. Okay, look at us connecting. Yeah.
Shelly really enjoys her conversation with Chris, and she likes him a lot more than she expected. Amaya pulls Zach K for a chat, and oh my God, she's looking so gorgeous. I mean, look at her. I love how she still has a pep in her step. You guys, I love her so much. They have a chat, and I think they have good vibes. He's like, yeah, I'm a chill guy, but I do have my boundaries. And she goes, oh, okay, so what are your boundaries, you know? And I'm thinking, this poor girl has been so traumatized by Ace and Austin for just being herself. And he tells her, oh, I'm fine with names. Like, you can call me babe. And, you know, I call girls darling and babe and all that. And I was like, oh my God. He made it a point to let her know that he's okay if she calls him babe. And her eyes light up and she's like, oh my God, yeah, okay, yeah, me too.
Yeah, like, what's your boundaries?
My boundaries, I'm pretty cool, like, names is cool. Yeah. You call me anything. I call a lot of girls, like, darling, babe, sweetheart.
Yeah. And then she asks him for another kiss. And I don't know how I felt about that because he hesitated. And he was like, oh, okay, how about a little one? And that hurt my heart because they already kissed. So if he wanted to kiss her again, he would have done it on his own. I just feel like in the beginning of a situationship.
Well, a kiss would be nice tonight.
Tonight?
Yeah. You want to?
I do, but I'm not 50-50 right now. I feel like I should do that. A little kiss.
I feel like it's better for a guy to initiate the kiss. Like, she can give him the flirty eyes, lean in a little, giggle, but the guy should go in for the kiss. And that's just my opinion. What do you guys think? When Andrina and Brian were chatting, I just didn't get the vibes. Like, they seemed interested. He definitely really likes her. And she seems to like him back, but I just wasn't feeling the feels. Like, her chemistry with Jeremiah was so much better. And also, Jeremiah's just way nicer to look at for me. You know, I miss looking at Jeremiah's gorgeous face on my screen. They kissed in the end, but it just wasn't doing it for me. Nick pulls Jade in because he just couldn't keep his eyes off of her the entire day. And on top of her good looks, she's got that quirk and that weirdness that he's been looking for that Sierra doesn't have, and he really, really likes it.
You're a nurse? I love that. I feel like I have type 1 diabetes.
I saw your Dexcom.
Yeah, you know what it is.
All I'm saying is I'd be able to help you out.
Now let's talk about last night's episode, episode 20. This episode was an emotional roller coaster. It took us on a wild ride. I feel like production clearly saw that the Islanders were being way too strategic, and that is not the point of the show. First of all, the Islanders are not focusing on their romantic relationships. They are all about exploring, keep your options open, and that is not the point of Love Island. The point of Love Island is to couple up, find your match, find your person, stay with them until the end, and then win. But no one wants to be exclusive, no one wants to be closed off, and when they do, they get kicked off the island. So I think production was like, we have to intervene, we gotta do something, and that's why they shook up the whole CASA AMOR and changed all the rules and forced them into a couple. So I get why production made all these new rules, but it also felt like it was becoming a different show. Like, it was just weird, you know? So anyway, let's start from the beginning. Iris and Nixie are chatting, they're bonding, they're having a great time. Sierra is really enjoying getting to know Elan, but she still really misses Nick. TJ talks to Grayson, and then we get JD and Huda. And Huda is on her best behavior. She is so demure. She's like quiet. She's flirty. And she's like, you know, I'm a mom, right? And he was like, oh, yeah, that's fine. That's fine with me. And she's like, oh my God, yeah, most guys don't have a problem with it. And I'm like, what? You literally told Ace a couple days ago that it's harder to date because you're a mom. So which one is it? Anyway, I thought it was hilarious when JD was like, oh my God, I was so surprised by how calm Huda was. Like, I really enjoyed that.
I feel like Huda really surprised me. She was very calm. She took a lot of accountability for like her past mistakes.
The next morning, Shelly really misses Ace and Olandria really misses Taylor. They're starting to lose me. Like, how could you still be stuck on Ace and how could you be still stuck on Taylor? JD prepares breakfast for Huda and Amaya, and Amaya really appreciates it. She's like, oh my God, thank you. So later on, she pulls him for a chat to see if like there's any vibes going on. And you guys, oh my God, when JD was like, hey, I really think you're great, your personality, your bright, effervescent personality, something along those lines. He was like, you should just be you. And she got so emotional. She started crying. Our poor Amaya Papaya, she's been traumatized.
I just saw that like genuine energy.
Aww, thank
and
you.
Like you're just passionate about the things that you say. It's like means that you're a genuine person.
Oh my God, now you see how I'm getting emotional now.
Let it out. Let it out. It's good. It's good.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
It's good. You don't ever. You don't ever have to feel like that around me. You can just be yourself. Like let it out if you need to let it out.
And then she says sorry to JD for getting emotional and crying. And he's like, no, that's fine. Like, I love that. Like, you should just let it all out. And I really appreciated that about JD. And I was kind of secretly hoping that they would vibe and connect and become a couple, but he stuck with Huda. TJ and Vanna have a good chat. Ace and Coco have a really good chat. He tells her she's looking gorgeous. And he does his usual lean back, lick lips, and, you know, act mysterious. Nick K and Olandria have a chat, and he just kind of sees how she would feel about a kiss, because he's kissed Amaya, but he hasn't kissed Olandria, and he kind of wants to like see if there's chemistry. And Olandria politely declines. She's like, oh no, out of respect for my partner Taylor, you know, I'm just not gonna go there, okay? I take things really slow. And he was like, okay, that's fine. And she was like, I really appreciate that.
Right now, Zach is putting in quite the effort, but I miss my boo a lot.
Well, he's not missing you. Taylor has a chat with Clark, and again, he shows way more interest in her than he has ever shown with Olandria. Nick and Ace are looking over at Taylor, and they're like, wow, we've never seen Taylor this happy. Look at his face. He is lighting up. He is smiling. He looks nervous and he's blushing. He looks like he's having so much fun. And they say, we love Olandria, but Taylor has to do what's best for him, even if it means Olandria's getting the boot. Apparently, Taylor and Clark talked all morning. Damn. And he cannot take his eyes off of her. He finds her so attractive. He calls her beautiful. And I'm like, you're capable of calling a woman beautiful? Like, damn.
We talked all damn morning, like, the shit was just flowing.
He's smiling way too much right now, and she's smiling way too much.
I ain't never seen him smile this much.
He's got to wear a full suit of armor when Olandria comes back in.
Bling, they get a text saying that there's going to be a recoupling tonight, and whoever's left single will be vulnerable from getting dumped. Amaya and Nick K have a chat, and she asks him about his boundaries. And she tells him she doesn't want to be overbearing. My God, that poor girl. She tells him again she can't wait to kiss him. So they share a kiss, and I can't read him. He's really hard to read because he says that the kiss was nice, but his expression doesn't match his words. His body language is different. He smiles, and then all of a sudden he stops smiling. He's like, yeah, that was a good kiss. I'm like, what? Did you enjoy it or did you not? Like, I don't understand.
Yeah, that's nice. To enjoy that, yeah?
Yeah.
Good.
Taylor says in his confessional that Clark and Coco are very beautiful girls. Again, I'm shook that he was capable of calling a woman beautiful because he's never once called Olandria beautiful. Actually, he went out of his way to say that he wasn't physically attracted to Olandria, which is so crazy to me. Sierra got really emotional thinking about the recoupling. She was like, oh my God, I don't know what to do because like I really miss Nick and I can't imagine him recoupling with Nick, da 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 da. Then we see Nick and Jaden have a chat. And he really likes Jaden. He is shooting his shot. He really wants to explore things. He lets her know. And so now Jaden has to choose between Nick and Austin. It's nighttime and the recoupling begins. But right before that, Amaya pulls Olandria to let her know that she chatted with Nick K and they did share a kiss. Olandria thanks her for being upfront and honest. Oh my God, the recoupling was ruthless. Everybody gathers at the fire pit. They are told that whoever's left single tonight isn't just vulnerable of leaving, they're in fact just leaving, period. And everybody is shook. They were not expecting this because remember, CASA is usually a couple days and the recoupling happens at the very end. So to find out that somebody is going home tonight and they don't even get to say goodbye to the other people is shocking. Since Amaya is single, she has to stand in front of the fire pit, and the CASA guys are asked to stand next to Amaya if they want to recouple with her. Damn. That was so savage. That was so savage because she had to stand there alone, okay? And she was crying, waiting for somebody to stand up for her, and nobody stood up until Nick K. He stood up. And then everybody realized that meant Olandria was now single, and then the girls immediately start sobbing.
Boys, if you have a better connection with Amaya than your current couple right now, please stand up.
Amaya feels so guilty, and Olandria's like, it's fine, I'm okay, everything's gonna be okay. And she's like, no, Olandria, no. I don't know how she held it together. She was so strong. I don't know if she disassociated, because that's what I would have done. But at one point, someone was like, oh my God, you're so strong, Olandria. And she was like, I have no choice. I've had to stay strong my whole life. Oh, that broke me. I started crying when she said that. I was like, no. But honestly, I feel like it was Olandria's time to go. The girls are crying and Huda goes, what about Taylor? Taylor doesn't even get to say goodbye. And Olandria says, don't worry, we're gonna find each other outside of this. Trust me. I'm gonna get my cowboy, don't worry. And I'm like, oh my God, she has no idea that Taylor is juggling between two girls. He is not even thinking about her. The girls are sobbing, they are screaming, they are crying that Olandria has to leave. And I'm like, damn, Hannah didn't even get 8% of that.
Yo, Taylor is about to crash the fuck out. Bro, I'm about to crash the fuck out. She got fucking Taylor at home.
Damn, she's doing too much.
If I don't make the same, okay? I love you guys so much.
I love you so much.
I want to find love so bad, y'all.
Olandria packs her bags and she leaves. And now it's the villa's turn. TJ is single, so he stands up at the fire pit. The CASA girls are asked if anybody wants to recouple with him. And surprisingly, someone stands up. Vanna. So I guess his whatever work he did with Vanna, it worked. So now TJ and Vanna are a couple, leaving Ace single. So now Ace stands to the front, and the girls are asked if anybody wants to recouple with Ace. And Coco stands up. So now Coco and Ace are a couple, leaving Taylor single. So Taylor is now at the front, and the girls are asked once again if anybody wants to recouple with him. And Clark stands up. So now Clark and Taylor are a couple, leaving Nick single. So now Nick goes to the front, and the girls are asked again if anybody wants to recouple with Nick. And now we're waiting, because Jaden is the only connection that he had. Will Jaden stand up or not? Is she going to stay with Austin or recouple with Nick? And all the guys are just waiting for Jaden to stand up. Okay, but she does not stand up. She sticks with Austin, and I understand why she did, because she knows that Austin is not feeling Amaya, and it's more likely that after CASA, Nick was just going to go back to Sierra. So Jaden chose the safe person, Austin. And now Nick has to pack his bags and leave immediately. The guys are a wreck. They love Nick so damn much. They are all crying, they're hugging, and damn, this made me realize they did not give a fuck about Jeremiah. Because when Jeremiah left, they were all like, yeah, sorry, bro. Like, it is what it is, you know, no hard feelings, nothing personal, you know. But when Nick leaves, they cry, they hug, they're sobbing. They're like, no, Nick, oh my God, he was my best friend. He was my best friend. I thought Jeremiah was one of your best friends. Like, what? Don't get me wrong, I love a good bromance, but this made me realize that they were all fake to Jeremiah.
It was extremely hard to say goodbye.
My dog, man.
You're gonna make me cry.
You're my dog, bro. I didn't expect this to be our last night, bro. I love you, bro. You too, man.
Nick says his goodbyes and he leaves the villa. But wait, a car comes to pick him up and the door opens and it's freaking Olandria. And she's like, come on, get in the car. And boom, the episode ends. What the fuck? What the fuck is happening? Where are they going? Something is going on. And now I'm thinking, does this mean Jeremiah and Hannah are also in the car? And it got me so excited. But then the next morning, I found that Jeremiah was on the Vile Files and Hannah was on the Chicks in the Office podcast. And I was like, that means they're not coming back. I'm so bummed. How are they going to save Nick and Olandria, but not Jeremiah and Hannah? What do you guys think is happening? I'm so confused. But I have to admit, I'm kind of excited again. I really lost all hope for the season when CASA AMOR started because it just wasn't giving. It wasn't the same Love Island. The show was changing. Nobody was in a couple. Like, they were strategizing too much and it just wasn't Love Island anymore. But now that the producer stepped in and they were like, oh no, they're not going to control anything, I'm now excited about what's going to happen. Unfortunately, there's no new episode tonight, but I'm kind of low-key happy about it because I have so much to catch up on. I have to work on this recap and I have to get it up and then I have other recaps to work on. So I'm very grateful that I have today to do so. If you guys want to support me or this channel, please check out Rocket Money. Link is in the description and take control of your finances today. I also have 90 Day Fiancé recaps coming out this weekend, but if you guys are just here for Love Island, then I will talk to you on Friday. Have an amazing rest of the week and I will talk to you guys next time. Bye!